Pauline Collins, the beloved British actress best known for her unforgettable performance in Shirley Valentine, has died peacefully at the age of 85, surrounded by her family. Her passing marks the end of an extraordinary life and career that spanned more than 6 decades, one that left an indelible mark on British film, television, and theatre. The family confirmed in a heartfelt statement that Collins had been living with Parkinson's disease for several years, facing the illness with the same grace, humor, and quiet strength that defined so much of her life. For those who grew up watching her, Pauline Collins was more than an actress. She was the embodiment of warmth, wit, and resilience. Her eyes always seemed to sparkle with a sense of curiosity, as if she was constantly observing life, taking it all in, and translating it into performances that felt so real they transcended the screen. She had an innate ability to make audiences feel, to laugh, cry, and reflect. That rare gift made her one of Britain's most cherished performers, a national treasure in every sense. Her family's statement painted a picture of the woman they knew beyond the fame. Pauline was so many things to so many people, they said. A bright, sparky, witty presence on stage and screen. Those who worked with her often described her as a force of nature, full of life, endlessly curious, and deeply compassionate. Whether she was playing a working-class mother, a queen, or a politician, she carried within her performances a unique authenticity that made each role her own. Her family lovingly added, she will always be remembered as the iconic, strong-willed, vivacious, and wise Shirley Valentine, a role that she made all her own. That description captures perfectly what made Collins so extraordinary. In Shirley Valentine, released in 1989, she portrayed a middle-aged Liverpudlian housewife who feels trapped by the monotony of her domestic life. Talking to the kitchen wall, she reveals her frustrations, dreams, and desires until one day, she takes a leap of faith and travels to Greece, rediscovering herself in the process. The film struck a chord with audiences around the world. Pauline's performance was raw, funny, and deeply human. She didn't just act, she was Shirley. The role earned her international acclaim, including a BAFTA award and an Oscar nomination for Best Actress, solidifying her place among the greats. But Pauline's career began long before Shirley Valentine. Born in Exmouth, Devon, in 1940, she initially trained to become a teacher before following her heart into acting. Her early years in the industry were not easy. She took on small theater roles, guest appearances, and parts in television dramas that allowed her to build her craft. Her first real breakthrough came when she starred in The Liverbirds in the late 1960s, a BBC sitcom about 2 single women sharing a flat in Liverpool. It was one of the first shows to capture the energy and independence of young women in that era, and Pauline's natural comedic timing helped make it a hit. Her portrayal of Dawn reflected a generation of women beginning to assert their independence in post-war Britain, and audiences loved her for it. The next big step in her career came with Upstairs, Downstairs, the critically acclaimed British period drama set in an Edwardian townhouse. The show was a phenomenon, exploring class, love, and loyalty through the lives of a wealthy family and their servants. Pauline played Sarah Moffat, a maid whose rebellious spirit and romantic entanglements made her one of the most compelling characters in the series. She brought a rare blend of humor, vulnerability, and fire to the role, and it became one of her defining performances. Her chemistry with John Alderton, who played chauffeur Thomas Watkins, was electric, and it wasn't just acting. Off-screen, the two fell in love and married in 1969, beginning what would become one of the most enduring love stories in British entertainment. Their marriage lasted 56 years, a remarkable feat in an industry often marked by fleeting relationships and constant separations. Pauline and John worked together frequently, most famously in the spin-off series Thomas and Sarah, as well as numerous stage productions. Together, they became one of British television's favorite couples, admired not only for their talent but for their quiet devotion to each other. In interviews, Pauline often spoke of John as her anchor, her collaborator, and her greatest love. Their partnership was rooted in respect, humor, and a shared passion for storytelling. He was her lifelong love, the family said in their statement. A partner, work collaborator, and wife of 56 years. It was a simple but powerful tribute to a bond that had shaped both of their lives and careers. Beyond the screen, Pauline was known for her deep kindness and humility. She was never one to chase fame or indulge in celebrity culture. Instead, she valued authenticity, connection, and craft. Colleagues remembered her as someone who made everyone on set feel valued, from fellow actors to stagehands and extras. She had that rare quality of being both commanding and approachable at the same time. There was no ego in her, only a genuine love for her work and the people she shared it with. In later years, as Parkinson's disease began to affect her health, she remained gracious and optimistic, facing her condition with dignity and courage. Her family described her final years as peaceful, surrounded by love and care. They especially thanked her carers, whom they called angels, for tending to her with dignity, compassion, and most of all love. Her death has prompted an outpouring of tributes from across the entertainment world. Actors, directors, and fans have all expressed their sorrow at the loss of a woman who brought so much light to their lives. Many have shared stories of meeting her, describing how generous and down-to-earth she was. For many younger actors, Pauline was a mentor, someone who encouraged them to trust their instincts, take risks, and never lose touch with their humanity. She believed that acting wasn't about pretending to be someone else, but about revealing something true about yourself through another person's story. In interviews throughout her life, Pauline often reflected on her philosophy of acting. "You have to live before you can act," she once said. "You have to understand people, what they love, what they fear, what they hope for." That belief defined her performances. Whether she was portraying a disillusioned housewife, a queen, or a maid, she brought to each character a depth of understanding that could only come from empathy. She had a way of finding beauty in imperfection, of showing how ordinary lives could hold extraordinary meaning. Her role in Shirley Valentine became an anthem for women around the world who felt unseen or forgotten. It wasn't just a story about a woman going to Greece, it was about reclaiming one's sense of self. Pauline understood that. She once said in an interview, Shirley wasn't running away from her life. She was running back to herself. That line, simple as it sounds, captures the essence of why so many people connected to her work. Pauline had a gift for reminding us that it's never too late to rediscover joy, to take risks, and to start again. As the years went by, her career continued to evolve. She appeared in television dramas, stage plays, and films, proving time and again that her range was limitless. From period dramas like Upstairs, Downstairs to modern comedies and heartwarming family stories, she moved seamlessly between genres. Each performance carried her signature blend of intelligence and warmth. She was equally at home in high drama and lighthearted comedy, always believable, always grounded. Her colleagues often said that she had a musical ear for dialogue. She could hear the rhythm of human speech and turn it into something poetic. Even as she grew older, Pauline never lost her curiosity about life. She remained active in theater and television well into her 70s, appearing in productions that allowed her to explore new emotional territory. One of her later roles in The Time of Their Lives, 2017, alongside Joan Collins, reminded audiences of her charm and vitality. It was a fitting late-career showcase, playful, witty, and full of heart. That same spark that defined her in the 1960s was still there, only now softened by wisdom and experience.